fun surprise.
I do have to point out that we are filming on top of 3 boxes on a rolling chair. Probably what, like a $3,000 camera on top of a bunch of cardboard boxes, which actually is a thing for me. I noticed Dave did this weekend too. I do this all the time. Dave's interview with the Philadelphia NBC people was just his laptop on top of 8 books.
Yep.
He sits on a table like this, and you stack up books, and you put your laptop on top of it. I can't tell you how many times my personal is shoe boxes.
I do shoe boxes
I always have
too.
sneaker boxes.
When I
He
need
had
the
a bunch of
dozen.
books that I'm sure Dave has never read before. He pulls them off the shelf. Books and boxes in the world of Barstool are simply tripods. And the amount of things that I have either done for a Zoom on a laptop, or I will have bottles are a big one for 1 Minute Man. If I need both my hands, usually I just film like this, but I'll put it up against the thing, and I need to get a heavier one. I fill it up with water. Like the amount of shit that is just designed to hold cameras and phones. That's why I go on TikTok now, and it's like, get this magnetic thing and this, that. I buy them all. They're like $2.99, and it's like, you can strap this phone to your fucking head now. I get all of it, so I don't have to be doing the boxes.
The Octobuddy, the influencer.
Like, I have that too. I never use it. It's on my phone. Can I tell you?
All you bitches have that.
It is so. No, Kevin.
So you're supposed to just like stick that to the wall?
You shouldn't get
I
this.
could have told you that's not gonna work.
You will be so annoyed by it because it does not matter what surface you put it on. It's stuck. Like if I put my phone here, 2 seconds. Every single.
But that's what it's supposed to do, bitch.
But I'm not using it in the correct way. I think I've stuck it up to make a video 3 times in total. I just sit every day and curse it when I try to lift it off. I just don't take it off.
I thought that was like an autism thing.
Don't bother.
I thought all you. Yeah, you like to fidget with things? I thought you were like popping them or something.
I also didn't buy this. It was a press gift. And I said, oh, that's nice. From Excedrin, actually. That's why the color is.
From Excedrin.
Yes, I get press gifts from Excedrin. and
that's the most,
and I stuck it on.
One of the most like girly women things I ever heard.
Yes.
Like I actually, now that I say it, the only other kid I know who has an Excedrin deal is a guy, but he is Jewish, so.
That's what I'm saying. Jewish guy, regular girl.
That's my favorite.
I get a lot of headaches
in Oh Hello when they're doing like we are neither Jewish nor a woman, but like all old men, somehow we are both.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's at least? What do you think it is? I mean, like I have long said that headaches are the great farce of our time. If you,
I know
if
you
you
say
have like
this. It pisses me off when I sit at home and I'm like either puking up my guts or I can't see the sky.
I was gonna say no,
because it's too bright. I think about you saying headaches are fake, and I'm
when
like,
you have like migraines, I get that because I relatively recently, probably within the last 5 years, I think I had my first migraine, and I was like, oh, this is what they're talking about.
I hate it when people say that they have a migraine and they don't have a migraine.
Yes, I hate that too. I hate that.
That's what you bitches do. I feel girls throw around migraine like it's fucking candy.
If you know migraines, you don't cry migraine because it's clear whether you have a headache or a migraine. Like I can come to work with a headache. I can't leave my bed.
That's what I mean.
Open my eyes
when I learned that, the first time I had an injection in my neck and they fucked up and they punctured my spinal column.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so you're supposed to just do like a cortisone shot. They went too far. I remember I was laying face down on like a massage table.
Yeah.
And the doctor stepped up and he was kind of like touching my neck and he was like, okay, we're gonna inject here, and then I watched his feet disappear and a new pair of feet go in, and I'm sure it was like a resident or a kid.
Sure.
At the time I was probably like 24. They're probably thinking he's got back problems, but he's young. We'll let we can experiment. This guy goes too far, punctures, I think what they call the spinal dura, which is like the around your spinal cord, and then spinal fluid starts leaking out. And so you have fluid in your brain, in your skull that kind of keeps like your brain intact,
right?
And that started to leak out, and so your brain starts to sag.
What
like your brain is kind of attached to the skull.
Well,
and it's
this happened to
floating.
you?
Yes. So your brain is in your skull, and there's fluid around it, and then it starts to sag, and it's like kind of pulling down on, and
it makes sense.
And it like all of a sudden I was like, what?
Did you feel?
I remember walking back home from the injection, got off the elevator, and as I was walking down the hallway to my apartment door, I was like, what? Like pinballing. And I was like, this isn't good.
I assume it's regenerative?
Yeah, but then I Googled it. I was like, intense headaches, blindness, dizzy, nausea, all that. And they said, like, did you just get injections? And they said, flip upside down, and the sagging will stop.
Okay.
So
like
the symptoms
do like a cartwheel?
Well, no. So I laid on the bed,
like
head
really
over like I'm watching porn.
Sure,
head over the bed.
I know the image.
It was the first thing that went through my mind. I was like, as I'm doing it, I'm like, wah. But they were like, if the symptoms stop, like that's what's going on, and
Yeah.
the symptoms went away like immediately. And then I sat up, and they would come back.
Oh,
Oh my
And
God,
so,
that's crazy.
That was probably the first time I felt.
Well, how long did it last like that? Was your brain like sagging on your...
Few days. Like you could
on the
like
bottom
go
of
get
your
like
skull?
yeah, basically they were like you can go get like a patch that like almost like a little like
Did it
mini
hurt
surgery.
like your eyeballs? Like pull your eye?
The
your
whole
eyes are
fucking
stuck?
thing felt like my head was just
What
going to
the
explode.
fuck? And they didn't tell you like, hey, you might feel like your brain is...
well, it was
the
a
gravity
they
is
didn't
pulling
know.
your brain.
Once I called them, they were like, "Oh, we probably punctured your spinal cord," but it's not
Holy
like
shit.
it's not
I don't know
supposed
how
to
I missed
happen.
the story of your life.
But-
wow.
Did you get like money back or anything?
That's insane. Do you sue for a
I
situation
guess
like this?
I mean I probably could have, but I'm not.
That feels traumatic.
But
I feel
anyway,
like if
my
brain started sagging onto the bottom of my skull, I'd make a pretty big fucking
Yeah,
deal
like,
about
no,
it.
I just slept upside down every night.
I
since.
guess. Well,
Well,
that's,
you know
there
what was
we
really
go.
funny
Let's
was
Let's just do this now.
at,
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the time, Caitlin had friends from Holy Cross into town, and we are like 20, early mid-20s. We're still like fucking partying, you know. So we've got a full house in our like 1-bedroom apartment.
Of course.
I'm obviously not going out or anything, but I was like, yeah, go have fun, like whatever. You know, sitting there like laying upside down for 12 hours. They're out like having a day, and one of her friends, they all come home. Everyone's like passed out drunk, and this guy gets up to go to the bathroom.
No.
And he's all like disoriented, blacked out, doesn't know what room he's in, what apartment he's in, stumbles around trying to find the bathroom, eventually falls through my glass coffee table. Like, and I'm in bed, and I hear him, you know, everyone's passed the fuck out drunk.
Yeah.
But I hear something going on, and again, I'm like upside down, like, what the fuck is going on? And then I hear like kaboom, like glass shatters, Stone Cold style. And I go out front, and this guy is like in the wooden frame, glass shattered, just like bleeding
everywhere. Yeah,
and
of
I'm
course.
I'm standing up now, so I'm like, I was like, I need to save you. Like, someone needs to save me.
Yeah, right. Like,
Absolute.
we'll call 911. They'll pick us both up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man, there was a time too. I've had so many fucking.
Yeah, you got a lot of body issues.
A lot of body
like,
issues.
Like just,
I had.
Underrated that you have 2 dead person bones in your body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Might
people
need a
forget
third.
in your shoulder, right?
So my shoulder.
Yeah.
My shoulder is just shot forever,
For
and I
sure.
remember coming home again drunk when we first had gotten Dunkin', and we're in our apartment.
I was like, donuts? Oh, Duncan.
I think what happened,
I forgot
I think
about
we had
Duncan.
opened up the door, and he came out into the hallway of the apartment. So we were playing like in the hallway late night, and I was laying on the ground. I'm playing with the puppy, and I put my arm over my head, kind of like this.
No.
And I must have just been drunk enough that I didn't feel it come out of the socket.
Oh,
and so then I sit up, and it's out. And it's like, if you've ever had a dislocated shoulder when it's just like stuck out, it's just the worst. And at that point, I had reached a level where I could put my arm against my leg, and I would push against it, and I could just pull and like pop it in, and it just wasn't going in. And I had to call like I guess 911. I don't know who we called.
Right.
And I mean we were hammered drunk. And
Well,
I
that's
just had to
always
be
how
like,
it
my
happens.
shoulders dislocated.
That's always how it
Caitlin's like,
happens.
blah, blah, blah. And they were just
She's like,
this
"Figure it out."
fucking guy. I think they just kind of did like a quick pop, but I was like, the amount of like
I get
weird
really
late
scared
night.
of that. That's knock on wood. That's my shoulders have stayed intact, but
It is terrible.
that's a fear. Like I'm a side sleeper,
Uh-huh.
so I worry.
I haven't slept on my side since. It sucks.
I think it's like I'm now getting to a point where I'm only comfortable sleeping in my own bed, which I know is like a thing. People say like, you're just comfortable there, whatever. I'm like, no, I know because it's an expensive mattress and it's specific for the fact that I have like brittle bones all of a sudden. But I sleep on my side, and sometimes I'm sleeping so hard that everything in my body goes numb, and I'll wake
Sleep
up
so hard,
because
motherfuckers want to find me.
literally, like my arm will go numb, the side of my body will go numb, and I'll wake up and I'll have to in the middle of the night several times having to relocate because my shoulders are like making my whole body go numb. I'm like, what the hell is going on
Well,
here?
you've also told me
My
about your-
brother was so fat when he was a baby that
Yeah.
if he rolled, he pulled his shoulder out of his socket.
I had
No,
So when
my
we were
God.
kids, we had to
What?
learn how to put his shoulder back
Nurses
in.
have
How low are we talking?
When he was like a
That's
newborn
so
baby,
painful,
like
so much pain.
couldn't walk or anything like that. Like he was so fat. I think he was born 11'11", so he was.
Oh, wow, he's a big boy.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah.
And like if
Natural?
I don't know the answer to that.
I was gonna
actually.
say, oof.
And then he was just so big that like once he started to learn how to roll, every time he rolled, he'd just rip his shoulder out of his socket.
That's crazy.
And then we were like 7.
Well, I had
It's so crazy.
I had like nurse's elbow or whatever, but when I was a toddler, I was just like jumping too much or whatever. So then I would like hit it against something.
She's a good
Sure.
jumper.
So
we know that.
Yeah.
but only
50% of the time she lands her jump.
so then like 50% of the time I would have to go to the hospital and they'd have to like hop it back
right.
in. So then eventually like my dad just learned how to like do it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you can do it, it's like
Wait,
we don't
what's
need to do it.
nurse's elbow?
It's when your elbow dislocates out of it, pops
But
out.
why
It's
nerves?
Like hyperextended.
It's like why is you know?
Here we go.
I had Popeye's
Wait, no,
elbow.
let her
Why is
finish.
the sky blue and the grass green?
I'm
It's
the
like
best I come out that so confidently, and then I never have an example. But it's,
I'm sure,
It's like,
nurses
why is
probably
the
do
flu
something that
called
used to
the flu?
dislocate
Yeah,
their arm. or
who
whatever.
knows?
Well, you have also talked to. I have the same thing as you. The backwards knees. If you lay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe bringing that up because it's there are so many issues. Like the back of the knee thing is a real problem. Again, I can only sleep on my side now because if I lay on my back, my knee's inverse, and it's like
wow.
it
I've done that
hurts.
before, too.
And if I'm on the couch, it's the same. Like laying
you
on
have
the couch
you
is
have
not
to be
that comfortable.
bendy. Like
Yes.
Feitelberg's knees don't go past straight.
Mine
Our
are
knees go
going
like,
the other way, and it's like I don't
and
know.
if you fall asleep that way, if you sleep like that for like
You're
6 hours,
stuck.
your shit is bent.
If I wake up, I have to, and we've talked about this. I have
Tin
to
Man.
lift my leg up and take it out of bed like I'm 1,000 years old. It's arthritis. Like I know
It's
it's
funny 'cause I was
arthritis.
picturing like Wicked Witch of the West.
Well,
yeah, it's all Wizard
it's
of Oz.
literally that. I also my hands. I've talked about this many a time. I get morning hands where I can't
What's that?
use my hands in the morning. Like it's so. If you ask
It
me
sounds
to
like
open,
they're not morning hands. They're
if you
morning
ask me
non-hands.
to open a bottle of water before noon, at 11. I can 11 o'clock usually.
Is it
Then I'm
numb
good. It's
or hurt
they're
or
numb
what?
and it's like it's
Yeah.
like I can't. It's like I'm Betty Draper. You know, like I swear I got that happening. Like I watch Mad Men and I'm like Betty, you and I,
Bro,
you know?
I mean,
We're
I
together.
can't. I haven't been able to sleep. I used to sleep on my right side.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't done that since 20 years ago. Used to sleep on my stomach. That gives my lower back issues.
it's a fucking
now I got a
nightmare.
neck thing going on. I can't sleep on my left. So I have one position.
Yeah.
And now, you know what? Even if you sleep if you sleep in any position for too long, like you get like stiff. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So now
yeah.
like that, the only way I can lay causes me stiffness. I was like, I need to like hang upside down or something.
I've got
I need
this
to
thing
be-
now, so like I'll try to like I said, side sleeper. I'll sleep. I got my legs on my sides.
You got to put a pillow.
Sometimes,
right?
well, now it's become where I have to kind of catty corner my knees because if they're together, that hurts. Like the pressure from my
just
knee
too
hitting my
lanky
other
and
knee
tall.
is like,
You're just too tall.
ouch! And so I have to sit like almost like a little, and it's sometimes I'll fall asleep that way, and other times I don't sleep. I came in here today and said you guys are catching me in a good mood. Last
slept.
night was the first time I got sleep in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like,
I also like
it's so
like
bad.
sober sleep,
I also
not
took a
sober, but
Xanax,
like
so.
natural sleep
Yeah.
is that ship has sailed.
Oh, no, forget
I
it.
need
I
weed
can't even really
or
nap.
Benadryl or any like.
Yeah, same.
I cannot just like.
Hey,
lay
can
down
I
and
ask
sleep.
everybody in the room a question? Because I know you're a weed guy now, pretty much through and through. You're a weed guy for sure. Are you a weed girl?
No.
You'll get there. Weed? Okay. You'll get there as well.
You're young, yeah.
At what point though is weed like what's after weed? Like what I'm kind of at the point where like I don't know if weed's enough anymore.
Heroin, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
First
it's
you
like we all
needle in her arm.
kind of just like cut back on drinking and started smoking weed. Like that's the natural progression of things. I used to get blacked out. Now I really don't drink at all. Like I'll drink if I'm out and being social, but when I'm home, I am not drinking. Like you'll never catch me even with a glass of wine.
Right.
There's so much stacking up. It's a real nightmare. And just because of the hangovers, I can't do it. So
I'm with you, girl.
I smoke a
That's
fuck ton
what's-
of weed. But then now I'm getting to the point where like
That's not doing it.
I have tiny joints that I'll smoke and I go through those too fast. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I can't do those. The pens, I was like, I got to get off these, because again, I come home and I'm like counting the clock, waiting
I
to
can
come
smoke.
home and smoke this weed.
Yeah.
And that to me is scary a little bit. So I'm like, that's crazy.
But, like,
Stop having
that's-
those. And now I'm out of both because I was like, don't buy anymore, bitch. Like, get over it.
see,
now
I
I'm taking
think-
edibles every day. So I get home and I take a 10 milligram edible, the real ones, not like the fake 100 milligrams or, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah,
good
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
And I feel great, but again, sometimes it's like not enough. So what happens?
The tolerance
what's
is
next? Well, that's
Yeah,
all,
but don't-
it's in the group.
No,
It's in the group.
don't.
But no. Well, I only
I
have
think
Xanax
you
in
just
Mexico,
have
so I
to
can't.
keep upping
I
your
have
weed.
to,
Like if you need
yeah.
to take 100 milligrams of weed, do it
Fuck.
before you start doing benzos and
I
shit.
also don't I don't go out and smoke weed. Like that's another thing. I
No,
need to
this
find
is
a
just to
social-
sleep, like-
yeah, it's just to sleep,
Yeah.
just to be in my house
Yeah.
and like get stuff done.
Right. No, the only thing to do socially is midnight bean espresso martini.
Oh yeah, we're the party night. I have a good outfit. I can't wait till
Yeah,
you see my
let's go.
outfit. Oh my god.
Yeah, red go. I'll do the red carpet tonight.
Amazing.
Oh.
Perfect. Yes. Perfect. Yes,
Yeah,
I've got a
you
really good
were,
outfit. I picked it out last night. I got funky earrings just for the occasion.
Ooh. very
You
nice,
need a
thank
full
you.
outfit.
Of course.
Oh, I was like, this is
Well,
my
it's
outfit.
espresso themed.
I'm wearing my
Espresso
outfit.
themed. I was gonna
Oh,
wear it to
fuck,
work, but
okay.
it's like, hello, what?
Well,
All right, look, I'll
It's
put
a-
one
it's a
together.
launch party.
Yeah,
Yes,
shit.
it's a launch party.
I
Yeah, I
was
mean,
gonna
you guys.
wear just the merch. I have these midnight bean
I thought
hoodies,
you
but
maybe
it's
you'd
hot,
wear
though.
wear your outfit. Yeah, but by then it won't
Oh,
be-
like what the
like
tuxedo that I wore?
gussied up. Maybe not a tuxedo. But,
well, I'll tell you what, the tuxedo in the picture is ruined because I spilled a martini all over it.
Well, even better,
Bro,
authentic.
That commercial, John was in the black tux, and they're like, you put on the white one to like differentiate.
Yeah.
And it did look cool, look nice, and I was like, I like
nice.
this. First take, like,
of course.
huge. I remember, like, however Paz was in front of the camera, I don't think he could really see it, and he was kind of like, all right, it's fine. And I was like, it's not fine.
Yeah.
There's a giant brown patch on this
Massive.
white.
Were they able to Photoshop it out?
No. I just put on a black, so like all the commercial is in the pictures were in white, but the commercial's in black.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless, very good, very exciting. I see you posting updates every time it arrives at a new liquor store.
Yeah. I'm on the crusade right now to get it
I have
out
a liquor
there.
store literally directly below my apartment, which is, cool. And I go in there twice a week, and I pop in. I'm like, hey, do you guys have? And it's a very small liquor store. Like, I'll be surprised if they even they don't even have like high noon. You know what I mean? Like, they're not regular. But I ask them every day, and the guy at this point I think is going to order it just I
for
stop
you.
coming in and asking. And that was kind of my intention all along.
This is, I'm steady learning. Like, it's just a motherfucker to get. I've been asking. I asked the Pink Whitney guys. I was like, was this like for you? They were like, yes. It's not. There's nothing that is just like there, Or if there is, like, it's a chicken or the egg. It's like I have to drop it and promote it for liquor stores and places to stock it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I wish I just waited on the announcement until it was stocked. But like, they're not going to stock it until you talk about it. So it's this thing. So people are like, it's not available. Like, it just takes time. When it does come out, I've been told it will be nationwide, and anybody, if you are a little mom and pop shop, you can order it. So we just got to get there. But the Tampa experience was wild. When I said John,
I woke up the next morning, just a video of Kevin being like, I'm in a parking lot. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was a crazy thing.
Bro,
so I watched the video, but I didn't quite get it. Like, so you were going around signing stuff. And
no, not even. I was down in Tampa for the Two Bears 1K 5K.
Right.
And that was a long day in the sun. I want to talk about things I can't do anymore. I can't go in the sun. I can't do it. I just can't go in the sun. I get
running in the sun. Are you crazy? Did you fast walk at least?
He ran the whole thing. I ran for like 25 seconds.
First, yeah.
I ran like there was like a couple like fun parts that you had to run through. Also, the 5K is an unbelievable event. They had 2,000 people last time. For the first one, they had 2,000 people. The second one, they had 8,000 people. By 5 years from now, it's going to be like Forrest Gump. There's going to be like 100,000 people running behind
them. How many miles is 5K?
3.1.
3.1. Okay,
but
way too many.
Way too many. It's about 3.1 too many.
Yeah, exactly.
But they also, the first one was at the Rose Bowl in California, and we ran like through the parking lot and around like this little park and through the trees, and then you ended in the stadium, and there was like events and shit going on. This was in the stadium, running up the stairs, up the spiral ramps. So
okay, I didn't sign up for mountain climbing. I signed up for a quick run.
A lot of people were like, "This is not what I signed up for."
My knees.
Yes.
The thought. My knees hurt.
The running. Fun fact: downhill way worse.
For sure,
because your muscles.
Strains.
It's a whole different thing.
My ankles were like, I wouldn't run downhill. I'd run uphill, and then like when I got to the downhills, I'd walk.
So you risked. What if you trip? Going down, it's like
someone could die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sue you,
already
Bert.
afraid. Like I like to go to a stadium, any kind of sporting event or event at a stadium. I'm horrified going down the stairs. Like
especially when they change
so
like
tiny,
widths or whatever.
They're very narrow. Always forget.
Those big giraffe feet. You're not gonna be able to hang on there.
Completely. They're hanging off the front. Forget it. Can't do that.
But so we do this. We're drinking, running, in the sun, and then. Later that night is a Jelly Roll's performing. It's this Country Thunder or something like that. This festival. And I was like, once he was out, I was like, if he's saying no, I'm saying no.
Yeah.
He's my yes man. When John brings me to things, we have a
Today's
very good
not
system
the day you're
going.
Gonna branch out and
we have a very good system.
Alone.
John makes me go to things,
Yeah.
and then I do the talking and the networking.
Yeah.
So he gets me in the door, and then I get the numbers, and I'm like, yeah, let's go to the show.
I need somebody
to
just be like, let's go. And once I'm there, I'm good,
then I'll do it. Right.
Yeah.
But he says no. I was like, I very rarely, when I'm home alone, I get guilt. I'm like, I should be with my kids or I should be working. When I'm on the road, it's like there's nothing I can do right now. So I just enjoy it. I order room service. I watch a movie. It's the only time I smoke much weed. The only time I really just chill. So I say no. I told everyone, I'm like, I told you I was going to go. I'm sorry. I'm not going to make it. I'm tired. I'm shot. And then I get this DM from this dude being like, I own liquor stores and I have it. And I was like, I'm like, this is my one focus right now is trying to get these things, get this going.
Yeah.
And he said, I own 6 liquor depots. So I'm thinking liquor depot is like
like a warehouse,
grocery store,
like a
you
Home
know?
Depot.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Like a Lowe's.
And it is. There's 6 locations. 5 of them are like that, and then one is like this little hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And I almost went to a big one, but this other one was like 0.1 miles closer to my hotel.
Of course.
So I was like, I'll go to that one, and it was in the fucking hood.
Damn.
And they're pulling up.
Like
and
in Tampa too. Mm.
Yeah, and I'm watching like my GPS, like it says 1 minute, and I'm looking around. I'm like, not much is gonna change in 1 minute. So this is it. But it ended up making for such a better story. Like,
Definitely.
I'm in the hood in this little mom and pop spot. I think they only had like 2 bottles stocked, so I was like, this doesn't even. But the views that video got and like the whole saga. And then I went back the next morning and I met the guy at like a nice location. He knows Caleb and Glenny. It's like,
I saw.
The stories are just like.
He seems like everybody was singing his praises.
Yeah.
Everyone all of a sudden was.
Everyone was like, "Oh, I know Trey."
You would love that guy. He's the best.
He's
I'm
a
how do
liquor
you know
store
this?
owner.
Right? How do you know this liquor depot salesman? Everyone has one, I guess. Like what the hell is
Yeah,
that?
Glenny and Caleb were like,
Well,
we're hanging out next week.
No surprise. Maybe they work with him on their.
Yeah, they do Chiquita,
whatever.
Chiquita,
Mhm.
Yeah, they were in each other's weddings or some shit.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it made for a very, very good saga.
Well, I'm
But
glad that
that's
you
the only
are.
thing
Yeah, I'm
that
glad
would
that
get me.
you're being very transparent about everything going on behind the scenes with it, because I think that it shows that there's just a lot of work that goes into something like this.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm
And-
also at the point. I'm transparent about everything. It's like.
Well, no, of course, but I feel like
I-
other people wouldn't be. It's like they launch something, they say it's good, whatever. Maybe they blame people behind the scenes. Maybe they're raising hell, whatever. But I feel like you're like, hey, this is what's happening. This is next in the chain of events that we have
Right.
to do to make this popular. Like it's cool to see this kind of process and something that at least I personally have no idea how.
Yeah,
this
I mean,
would go.
I was under the impression a lot of these things just like hit the store and
For
go.
sure, same,
I was
same.
like, oh, April 4th is the release date. Like, go get it April 5th. And they're like,
Then it'll be shipped out a mass order. Here
it's like it is available. But if you think about it, it's like if I'm a liquor store and it's like here's what I sell.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna shift out this for that unless I know it's gonna be popular
But
or whatever.
Sure.
there isn't anher one, right? Like, I would think, like, if I was on the liquor store, I'd be like,
I would think
want
so too.
the fucking
so
pre-made
I
espresso.
was asking Trey, the
not
illustrious
seeing-
Trey Lawson. There's a lot of like coffee liqueurs that
Yes.
you mix, but there's not. I don't think anything. There's cans that are like pre-made, but as far as like a bottle,
cans suck. I've
real
tried
vodka.
cans.
I know that's the
They're
thing.
bad.
So
no,
But if you're like a
no
liquor
foam,
store owner
nothing.
listening to
Anything
this,
Yeah.
get the fucking
Get it.
and then
Oh, yeah, you're out of
market
control.
that and be like, we have a fucking espresso martini.
So that
Well, I
not
told you,
only
like, the
market
one-
that, but
the
like
one-
I will hype up any liquor
Yeah.
store, any restaurant. If you get this, I mean, look what I did for Trey and liquor. He said they sold out of all 6 locations as soon as I posted my video.
Whoa.
Incredible.
So like, and I don't think it's that much yet because he probably ordered a few bottles here and
Still,
there.
the
But he was
people
like,
are
my
hungry.
next restock is going to be cases.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
like,
should get-
let's.
Especially
You
summertime
should get one
coming.
of those cardboard cutouts.
Yes, yes.
You
I think I
should,
think that
in
is
your
part of
suit.
it. Yes, I think that's part of what we're gonna do.
I love
but
it.
you got to like
How fun.
convince some of these stores and distributors that like it's worth it. And
Yeah.
and I think that the cans have been the only thing that's out there right now. And even if there's other stuff, there's nothing that's like.
I only know of
There's
one
no
other
major
like
player that's, like-
independent,
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
independently owned restaurant that makes their own. Like that's
Right,
I know that,
right.
and that's like overpriced, ridiculous,
Yeah.
like $100.
Well, that's
like,
my,
it's
my
insane,
thing
you
was
know?
I was thinking about how
It's
much.
the only one I know.
Being able to drink this at home for me was like the thing. But
massive.
now I'm thinking from a business point of view, if you're like a nice bar, restaurant, martini bar, wine bar, you probably make the real thing, whatever. Anybody else, it's like you don't need to have an espresso machine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to mix all the ingredients. It wastes time. It's a lot of money. Now here it is, like wholesale. Those bottles are probably like $10 a pop.
No, it's
whatever.
amazing.
So-
My friends go hard for espresso martinis. Like I'm
The
not.
whole
I know
world does.
everybody does, but I truly think like. I'm 34. A lot of my friends are in my age range, maybe a little bit older. I'm not saying these are the only people having it, but every single person starts the night with an espresso martini,
Yeah.
whether it's at home or, it would be nice if it were at home. Everybody orders it out. Everybody tries to get it because I think that everybody is looking for the energy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's delicious and it's good.
Yeah,
and,
it's also,
and-
a lot of people were like, I started drinking those after I stopped doing Coke.
yeah. Yep.
No,
yep.
no fentanyl and no
Time
migraines.
checks out. Timing checks out.
I said, I don't think you were on when I said it last, but when you said on the way home from that funeral, when you were like,
Oh yeah.
like, I don't remember how you phrased it. You're like, you're just looking out the window and be like, I mean, the only reason I stopped was because of fentanyl and migraines.
Yeah,
But-
that's true. That's true. That's the only reason I stopped cocaine. Fentanyl and migraines. That's
Or
facts.
when you're
It's
not
like,
offered, like me.
I didn't stop because I can't start because no one's offering it to me.
Can I
But
say
yeah,
something
the-
real
do you
quick?
want some cocaine?
Please.
Like,
No, I
is
don't
no one
want it.
offering
I don't want
hot
it.
Jackie
She
cocaine?
wants-
That's a big miss.
She wants like the hot guy to offer her coke.
It's
she doesn't want it to
that's
be like
crazy.
from other girls.
You deserve to be offered
Yeah, I was
cocaine.
gonna say I've
That's a-
seen Jackie offered cocaine
Okay,
before.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
don't lie.
It was
It's
from a
not
gay guy. It was from gay
Well,
Pat.
that's the gateway. Gay Pat is your
Gay Pat
gateway to
offers everybody
cocaine.
coke.
You want to try. You want to have a little cocaine with Gay Pat first, because then you're like, I can figure out how I am. So when the hot guy does offer, you know exactly how much to have without looking like a fool. That's how it is, and that's how
like
it
a
is. So you're welcome, Pat, for giving you a new coke friend.
I remember the first
At least
time I
two
ever,
times.
the first time I ever did it was a hot girl offered it to me,
Of course.
and I didn't know how much to do, didn't know how to do
Did
it.
you too much?
No, I actually like it was like I honestly understand if people wouldn't believe me. I coughed, blew it all off the table.
Of course.
She was like, "What the
course.
fuck, dude?"
Yeah.
Is
It's
that Fordham?
expensive.
That's funny. Was that Fordham?
It was a Fordham, yeah.
That's funny.
Wow,
you coughed
New York
like
coke
from
too?
doing it.
What a waste.
You coughed from doing it, or just not like you just happened to cough?
I just like I don't know.
was
I
a
never
bad
snorted
time.
anything before.
So you're like,
I was
like
like
that
I
kinda
think I
like-
was a junior in high school. I was visiting friends in college, and I'd never done anything. And I was just like, all right, I'll try it. And I was like,
Well, it probably like got stuck in your nasal cavity. Like, do you even have at this point? Like, I guess at that point, no.
I mean, you know how much
were
you can fit
fine,
in that
but-
thing?
Well, but
an eight ball up each nostril.
I don't know. I don't know. But where's it going? Is what I'm saying. Where's your
That's almost what
how's
saved
your
me. Like,
septum looking these days?
I think
Who
I
knows?
actually my septum's fine because I get
Oh,
I
that's
get
good.
checked fairly, not fairly.
against all odds.
Oh, that's good.
I have
It's a
a fucked
miracle.
up nose.
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But I believe my
Right.
septum is fine. I think I don't know because just because my acid reflux, I've had like a lot of the
Post-nasal drip.
cameras.
Yeah.
How's yours
yeah.
now?
And
Oh, sorry.
and they're like, yeah, your septum's fine, but it's something
Swollen
else.
sometimes,
okay.
yeah.
Still, but is it done? Like you're at your final
No,
form?
like it's not like every time I go, because then he puts these shots in my nose like once, like every few months, and every time he's like, "Oh, it's like so really swollen," and I'm like, "Well, we're 2 years out,
Yeah,
so
why
like it
don't
shouldn't
you
be like that."
make
And he
it
goes,
not be
"We'll
swollen?"
get it perfect," and he says every time, but I think he just doesn't remember who I am. It's a whole
True.
thing. So like I think I just have to like continually get these shots. They're swollen right now, but then the shots make
like
me.
Botox or something?
It's like steroids.
Yeah. Keeps
just
it
a
in
whole
place.
thing.
I think your nose looks
That
wonderful.
was
Thank you.
my whole point to bring it all the way back to the beginning of the conversation about so migraines are real.
Yeah.
I get that. It's the rest of the headaches. Like when girls are like, I get Botox, but it's for my headaches. It's like it's interesting that there's not one man alive that gets Botox
Well,
for his
I will
headaches.
say,
Like,
Botox does help with the migraines.
It does.
But
Yes.
I'm getting it
But-
for my wrinkles. I'm not getting it for
Right.
my migraine.
I-
That's
I-
just
I'm
a
just saying
lovely
the-
aside.
The
you know?
amount of like
a perk.
if headaches were as prevalent and as dastardly as they claim, there would be guys out there getting some Botox in their head for headaches
think,
too.
Well, weren't you getting Botox in your armpits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I think
not
guys,
above- no, I'm not
guys
above-
probably get. They probably do, but
They don't.
I
talk
don't
about
know.
it.
Yeah, who's talking about that? I would love to know.
I just think
guys
guys
that
just
get
go,
shut-
my
get
head hurts
Botox
a little
for
bit today.
headaches. True.
And they just shut the fuck up. about it.
Allergy people, though. Allergy people will tell you their
Well,
head
they're
hurts.
pussies.
Yeah. I'm an
They're
allergy
pussies.
person, so yeah,
This
checks
guy, you
out.
see this guy the other day?
I saw your poor
Pepper
allergy
sprayed.
eyes the other day. I felt so
I
bad.
put
Sorry,
my hair up,
Jackie.
and you're gonna see pit stains, and I just need to get ahead
Well,
of
we'll
it.
just
Go.
we'll just talk about it over
Just
here.
no
one-
So
no
Jackie's
one's
pit
gonna-
stains look
Talk
insane.
to the
When Keegs
They look insane.
It's a shirt. It's this shirt. Stop
It's the shirt.
when
It's
you
so
walked in and
on your
Keegs,
pits.
Keegs went, "That's a beautiful shirt." I wanted to go give it 10 minutes.
I just like
No, Jackie, I have the same-
I lost my privilege just wearing these shirts. I've
Yeah.
been dying
I
to
have
wear
the
hair
same
this
problem.
entire
I can't wear
time,
shirts
and
that tight like that
Sorry,
unless
I
they're
just-
black.
Like I know.
But isn't it
You're
also-
fine.
I remember
Don't all
these
look
days.
at her. Let her.
Nervous sweat. It's a cute nervous sweat.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
I remember these days. Like it's so wildly uncomfortable. Why would you wear this shirt?
Because once she
You do-
calms
I-
down
you
and
did
she's
look
off the
skinny. You
pod,
look good in it, though.
she won't be
I-
sweating.
yeah.
She looks great. She's
It's very
adorable.
like trimming.
What about
Yeah.
this? Pads.
Yeah, but
Too
then
thick.
it's like I don't want to wear like tampons in my armpits.
I know. I get that.
It's also so thick. Like
It-
people think. What do you think of panty liners? Maybe I guess.
Yeah, but yeah.
But, like,
Obviously,
it's so
Yo,
thick.
if you're running around being like, I got panty liners in my pits, you're never getting laid again,
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
I those
tough.
days, I'm
Could you
so
imagine?
happy. I will pay for you to get the sweat treatment. I'm gonna do that for you.
Wow.
Wow, that's lovely.
Wow.
I will
Well,
do that
because
for you.
So
That's
did
like-
you enjoy your experience doing it? Did you stop sweating? Because you're Mr. Sweat.
So I started with Botox.
Yeah.
And that was much like the weed. It was like I got it and it lasted a year, and then I got it and it lasted 6 months, and then I got it and it lasted 3 months. And I was at a point. I think it was $1,000 a pop,
It's expensive.
and that stage, it was a lot of money.
Of course.
And then I found out about Miradry, which was like a more permanent solution. They take like almost like a vacuum, kind of like, you have that Dyson hair drap thing.
Yeah.
You know the one that looks like that, kind of?
Yeah,
It's like that. They just
Like a
put it like
diffuser,
on
but
your armpit,
flat.
and it
Oh.
blasts heat into it. It's not very enjoyable, but it's also not. They kind of numb you up, so you're not
burn
like
it?
dying, and the heat like either kills or shrinks your sweat glands. And then that was pretty permanent.
That honestly
That
makes
I have not sweat since.
Scientifically, that makes sense because it's
Yes.
almost like shock therapy,
Yes.
but for your armpits.
And I don't know if
I'm about
that
to go
also-
put heaters on my armpits for nothing.
We'll pay for them.
When I did it, I think it was like $4,000. It was quite expensive. I'm hoping it's less.
Okay.
I made that offer.
Can you, like,
I
But
bet
it will
there's-
like.
I bet it is.
It was the best thing I've ever done. It changed my life
Wow.
like drastically.
Well, I
for the
remember you
better.
just always bitching about being Mr. Sweat, like sweating
Totally.
through everything.
And it was
you
like
have.
it was just. I mean, it was gross.
I have a
I
lot of
was like
friends like that.
wet. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, of
like
course.
it's chafing and rubbing, and
Also, the
it's
problem-
embarrassing. The whole it's
no
terrible.
one talks about how when you are sweating in a shirt, like, because again, I'm also always sweating. I'm just very you will never catch me in gray. I've never worn.
Yeah,
I
that's
will
the
not
other
wear
thing.
gray.
Certain clothes or
No, I
tight
won't wear
shirts
it.
or certain
Even
colors
a
out the
gray
window.
sweater, I'm kind of like, I don't know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
sweat
I'm
that
worried
much?
about not that much, but I
But if you
just
do.
if I go to the bathroom and I can see even just a little bit of a sweat stain, I'm like, forget it. No, never again. I'm throwing this shirt in the
And then
garbage.
also,
Like,
all it
I
takes is a
just
drop,
don't-
and then you like start spiraling, and then you
and
start
then you're
sweating.
sweating more. And so I can't. It's an anxiety thing. But I forgot what I was saying. Why I was even talking about this.
That's why this
But if-
shirt is just irresponsible to wear because it's gray
Yeah.
and the armpits are tight.
It's true.
And I get
What was
it.
I saying before this? I swear I had a point to what I was talking about.
It's gray.
Just doing
The
the mirror
Shirts,
dry,
tight
gray.
shirts, mirror dry.
You said the people don't talk about enough.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how it ruins your shirts. So like,
Yeah, yeah.
if you have like, whatever kind of deodorant, these, especially, I'm specifically wearing this like little Abercrombie shirt that's like a basic whatever tee, and I have a bunch of white ones, and I can wear them maybe twice.
You get that stain.
because you get the
That
stain.
yellow,
and it's
like-
yellow down to the fucking.
It's
How
that
do we stop
titanium
that?
or aluminum or whatever.
How do we stop that? I'm
gross.
sick of buying the same shirt
You know what
100
the
fucking
craziest
times.
thing is? The people who wear deodorant, not antiperspirant, where it's just like.
I don't
Basi-
know. I'm like, what am I wearing? I'm
No,
wearing Dove.
like
Yeah, I'm wearing Dove.
antiperspirant. You
Okay.
can each brand does both, so you know
Okay,
you gotta look.
okay, so I'm not-
Antiperspirant like has like poison that
Sure.
like goes in your armpits and stops it from sweating.
Sure, love that.
Deodorant is like perfume. It's like this smells.
Oh, yeah, forget it.
So then to me, it's just like this smells like sweat and like
Yeah, you smell
Cool
like
Rush
BO,
or whatever.
right,
Yeah, it's like,
BO and,
and then
like,
that gets on your arm,
cheap
your
soap.
shirt. It's like this is disgusting.
Yeah.
So I mean the Botox. Some people are you're gonna put like poison in it. Like yes, bro. If you
For
could go
sure.
in there and like snip the fucking sweat gland or whatever, like I would do any of that. But this mirror dry thing does
Put
it.
poison in all my shit. Like, I don't care.
Totally.
It's-
When people are like,
it's
"Oh, get
fine.
rid of the aluminum
No.
zinc oxide," I'm like,
It's
"Give
too
me
late.
more of that."
It's too late. We grew up on aluminum. Like I'm Tin Man essentially. Like we're made up. You know what I mean?
love
It's done.
There are some of those memes where it's just like my grandfather filled with asbestos, my dad filled with lead, me filled with plastic.
Yeah. It's like that when the like brain gets bigger.
All right, the number one thing your mom wants you to do for Mother's Day is call her. That's the easy one. Scratch that off the list. First thing. This Mother's Day, you can also give her a call and give her an Aura digital frame. They're in every house. You see them. They're wildly popular. And your mom loves them because it just changes pictures. She doesn't have to have one picture. She can have hundreds of pictures of you. Your grandmother loves them. Everyone loves them because it's as many pictures as they can have of their favorite person in the world. Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter and is featured in 495 gift guides last year. So the next time you need to call your mom, you can also send her a new pic of you from that trip you're telling her about right from your phone. I do that with my mom all the time. I'm like, I'll text you this picture. It's easier to just text her earlier, let her get to see it a bunch. Then you tell her a story. It has great deals for Mother's Day, Aura does. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's auraframes.com, A-U-R-A frames.com, promo code KFC. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Can I ask you guys another question? Kind of on the same vein. Soap. What kind of soap are we using these days? Because here is something that I noticed, and it's been stuck in my head ever since. I was watching the Cruel Intentions reboot which is actually kind of good if you guys are a Cruel Intentions
I've
fan.
heard of the opposite
TV
of
show.
that.
No, it's like horrible. It's
Yeah.
horrible. But if you want like a stupid TV show, it's good. But Piper from White Lotus is Catherine, Sarah Michelle Gellar's role. So I like her a lot. She at one point is talking to Sebastian and goes, "Oh, you smell like Dove soap, or you like fucking someone poor." And I use Dove soap. And I was like, "Oh, is that white
think Dove
trash?"
soap is
Huge Dove soap guy.
I use
they always
bar
have the
soap
commercial where they
and-
put the
and-
lotion into the
I
soap,
love
and it makes me think
also,
that it's like,
I feel like Dove soap gets my deodorant off the best. Like if I'm washing with Dove soap, I'm like, oh, this is the only my body washes and like perfumed bullshit
Dove is
doesn't.
kind of high class.
Well,
No.
apparently it's for poor people, according to Piper / Catherine / I don't remember her real name right now.
If I had to make a guess, that is Dove soap. From what I've learned in my growing up, we were a Dove soap household. It's very
Same.
good for sensitive skin.
Yes.
We're all Irish people.
Same.
I'm guessing it's an Irish-English thing, where
Sure.
the English think just the Irish use it, and therefore
Possibly.
poor people use it.
Probably. Honestly, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Well, you know what?
it
I
prompted me to
feel-
buy a new bar of soap at like an Anthropology, rip-off, not a rip-off, offshoot called Terrain. That store is created in a lab for bitches like me. It's
yeah.
it's
But I'm sure that's
basically
what, like $12 a bar.
it was $36.
A bar?
A $36 bar of soap that smells like French pear.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. I got it. I use it, and I said, "This
cannot possibly.
I
be
don't
worth
think
it.
that." And I also, I can't. It doesn't smell like anything. I
No.
expect it to smell beautiful, and I really don't smell like anything. But now I'm really overthinking the Dove soap thing.
I think you know.
Like, am I
I
wearing
was-
poor people's soap? I don't know.
I like Dove. I don't like
So do I.
when I get into a shower that has those like purple but clear bars. I'm like, this is hand
Yeah.
soap. This is
You need it to
hand
be
soap.
Yeah.
a little like tacky, like gritty to like get the
Exactly.
smell.
Well,
I like
that's
the
what's
ones that
so good
have
about
some,
Dove.
like little like sand in the
Yeah,
bar.
the
You know what I
beads,
mean? Like,
yeah.
Dove's got
I have
those.
another.
Exfoliant or
I have
whatever.
so many. I have a lot of things in the shower. I've
Well,
got the
did you
exfoliator,
go
I've got-
through an Irish spring sport phase? I feel like every guy
Oh,
does
yeah.
that. Yeah,
High school
I feel like
sports.
every
High
guy,
school
high
sports.
school
Yeah.
for college for me, it was like when I was finally buying my own shit.
Yeah.
To me, that was like, I don't know if it's because I wanted to be Irish or if I thought it was a guy thing, but I was like, you got to get the green or the blue Irish spring sport bar.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
It's a
thing.
very specific smell.
That was
Yeah.
like if you were showering after practice,
That was it.
that's who Irish Spring Aloe was marketing to.
Yes, that's what I mean.
17-year-old athlete.
It's a guy.
Like,
you know what it
that's
is?
what I want.
It's
Yeah.
like Axe, but without like the douchebaggery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh, this
yeah.
is what like Irishmen wear,
Yeah,
you know,
Exactly.
like, in the
Well, it's
hills
like
of Ireland and
Old
Scotland.
Spice-
Like,
Old Spice is for like,
Yeah.
fist pumping Guidos, and
Yes.
Irish Spring is for like the working man.
I
You know what
agree.
I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true or not, but that's what I, envisioned it.
That's how they put it, yeah.
I now use like antimicrobial, like after I had that
Okay,
staph
diva.
infection. No, it's
Oh.
the opposite. It's like I'm not. It's. I don't think it's fancy. I think it's like I'm pouring bleach on it. I don't give a
Sure.
fuck about the
Honestly,
smell
send
or
me a link.
the
That
smooth.
sounds-
I'm like that
sounds
was
nice.
the worst experience of my fucking life. I'm gonna be the cleanest motherfucker till I die.
I use a face mask now. I'm getting really weird about like my skincare and stuff. Generally speaking, in life.
Talking to the king over here.
Well, I'm just I'm not afraid of aging. I just want to make sure that I'm doing my best for my age. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to age myself and like look old and wrinkly all the time
Yeah.
when I could like be doing 2 Hannah face masks a week at
Yeah.
$40 a pop. Why not? But it's not new at all. But I highly recommend it to people who are wanting to a lift and tighten and also like it's some kind of like, I don't know. I think it takes dirt off your face, but I'm not quite sure. Definitely took my spray tan off, so that's something.
peeling the paint
yeah,
off this
peeling
bitch.
it right off like Coca-Cola. But it's you put it on, you paint it on your face. It's basically a science experiment. You pour one thing into another
Oh,
thing,
is it the
you shake it up. You've seen it.
Aztec clay one.
No, but it's similar chemistry
Okay.
behind it. So you pour one thing into another thing, it makes like a jelly substance, and you like rub it all over your face and neck, and it's whatever. Within 15 minutes or so, it all sucks up, and you look like a corpse in the ground. Like you look crazy, and then you wash it all off, and you've got the best skin of your life. And so
Pop me
you
that
do,
sounds
I'll send you a
great,
link.
girls.
Dublin girl.
I'll send you a link. It's great. And but these are the things now. I'm like,
Have
well,
you
I
heard
need to do
about
that.
the NYC doctor who does that Sculptra? He it's what
No,
like
it sounds
Lindsay
like a
Lohan did.
Oh
to,
yes, I
like,
have, and I have been looking into it.
Yeah, that's
And
like
that's Leah Mob from Housewives, I think, posted about it too.
Yeah.
Everybody's posting about it.
anybody. I think like Christina Aguilera.
She did, yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
It's
I think
like
Anne
it's
Hathaway's
like a
the
mini
latest.
neck
The
lift,
girl,
right?
the
Or
women
like
that are like,
facelift?
it literally looked like they turned back the clock. Where it was
Yeah.
like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yep.
It's like an intense facelift where they like. they do the whole fucking shebang, and I think it's like $500,000. I think it's something.
It's extremely
bonkers.
expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, Anne Hathaway, Lindsay Lohan, and
I don't
you
actually
said another one too.
I think it's like it is more like an injection thing, but it's like
It's
crazy,
injections
crazy.
and some of the something I've seen is like they'll put threads in and they pull the threads
Okay,
up.
I saw a
and
bitch
that
put-
is like
post
that's
that.
like the least invasive, but also
because I saw a girl that had like almost like zigzag
Yeah.
like that, and that's what it was. And
they
looked,
pull it up like a fucking.
It looked
it's
like Saw.
crazy.
And
Yeah, it's crazy.
like people were like, "Why did you do this?" And
It's
she was like,
crazy.
"To be hot." It
But
looked
it's like if you've seen those
gruesome,
old
dude.
shows like Dr. 90210 or like
Botched.
Botched, like all those, you are pretty. If you watch those shows, you're pretty familiar with how a facelift is done. Now they're just doing it in the way where like they don't need to cut your skin and pull it up like a mask. They can just
Yeah.
stick in some threads and pull it up like a mask.
Or the
But it's
cat
just in a
eye
different
thing
way.
where they
those bitches are crazy.
just put like
I'm afraid to get
thread
Botox in my
there and then
in
they
my
just pull
eyes.
it and it just.
I'm afraid it's going to change my face. I won't do it here.
It
and I won't do
will.
it here because it's going to change it too much.
Yeah,
because
they
I'm
will.
like,
Yes, and then you
I
look
don't
like
wanna
a freak. You look like the Joker.
For sure. I just don't want to look like a freak. That's all.
Yeah,
I think that's
like,
not too much to ask.
Whatever, like Lindsay Lohan, whatever she paid, like
She looks
it was
insane,
fucking
yeah.
worth it. She looks unbelievable.
Unreal. And
Christina
it
the
was
same
a
way.
total resurgence to her career. Like
If you,
just,
I mean, between Ozempic and whatever they can do with your face, it's like
Yeah.
you can just be, in your prime again. That's fucking crazy.
Completely.
Got to be the worst thing in the world for regular girls. To just
You
see
know who
that,
I think
though.
is on Ozempic and needs to get off? Is Megyn Kelly. I saw her, I
Megyn
think, talking to
Kelly.
Dave.
I didn't even know Megyn Kelly was still alive.
Well, I think she was like talking to Dave the other day. I saw a clip and she looked like hell. Like,
Really?
I was like, girlfriend needs something. Like,
Dude,
she
just age appropriately, man.
it's like the life came out of her body. I always thought she was really pretty.
Yeah.
And she looks awful. Awful.
It's weird that you could look at like there's people who I like from my year, like you don't with celebrities you just expect Ozempic, but like
Yeah.
some people I can see like lost weight, but you can tell it's Ozempic, and I
Yeah.
don't know what about.
It's because
The
you look
look?
Ozempic
sickly
butt.
and gaunt a little
Yeah.
bit. Like if
Especially
you're
girls, you
gussied
have no
up,
way.
like fine.
but it's
but
like
Who's
you
that
know,
country
we're
girl?
not giving enough credit
Who's just
to
a fat ass and then now she had nothing?
Lainey Wilson.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh.
part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, did she? I didn't know that.
Well, I don't know
You
if
who
that's
else
true or
too?
not, but that's what
Ice
people are saying.
Spice. Ice Spice. Everybody's all
Yeah.
pissed off. She had a nice big ass, and then everybody's like, "Well, she got rid of it. What do we
terrible.
care?"
But I don't know if we're giving enough credit to like a good old fashioned eating disorder. But you can
No,
tell
we're definitely not. Why are
eating
people in
disorder.
this day and age forgetting about an eating disorder?
yeah,
It's like that is an
How
option.
about we give more shine to the eating disorders? Like
Yeah.
that.
You know what? Let's bring it back, Jackie. let's get going right now.
I mean,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
that
but-
all
Is it
Ozempic?
though? Isn't it just
Yeah,
like
Ozempic is just a
essentially,
prescribed
yeah.
eating disorder.
Yeah, pretty much.
But for
There are
some
people
reason,
like, I was throwing up all the time.
Well, you know
I
why,
had no
Jackie?
appetite.
Because
I was sickly.
people don't have the dedication anymore. People don't have a
People don't have
dedication
the
to have an eating
dedication
disorder.
anymore. Yeah,
They want a quick fix. They want it to happen right away. They don't want to give up their cheese fries, and they want to still, they want to live like that.
justice for eating disorders.
I like
Exactly.
how I've said this before. I think I've said it on the podcast. I've said it to Keegs before.
Yeah.
I like the more I talk to Keegs, the more like I often see her just becoming like an old man.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like,
I'm
whatever
extreme-
happened to being dedicated to an eating disorder?
I am extremely
This
old man.
generation is weak.
Yeah, you'll be like the grandma. That's just grandma
I've
talking
always
crazy.
been like that. I've always been like that with my friends, with everybody. We're doing the podcast sometimes, me and Gia Taylor watch, and I know Gia's very polite about it. I know she thinks I'm an old bitch. Like I know deep down she's like, this boomer again. Here she is saying some shit. And sometimes people think it too, because I'll go off and I'll be like, you know what? The other day, this is a new thing. I don't even want to. I know that the KFC Radio crowd will be fine with it. I said that Rhianna she did like a photo shoot walking to the Met Gala where she's pregnant again. She's been pregnant like for the past 5 years. And she was holding holding an umbrella, wearing like this blue silk thing. Her baby bumps out. She's walking through the streets of New York while it's raining. There's taxi cabs. It's like one of the most chic photos I've ever seen. I said that Rihanna and Beyonce, who did like a big, majestic maternity shoot or whatever, are the only people that I think can pull off using your baby bump as like the focal point of a photo
like an
shoot.
accessory,
I was like, otherwise I think like, all right, we get it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're pregnant. It's part of the look, but like they can really pull off like, this is me and my baby bump, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone else, I roll my eyes. I said that and people are like, actually, let's not comment on women's bodies. I was like, first of all, I'm a woman. I can say what the fuck I want. And I'm not talking shit about anybody. I'm just saying that these girls pull it off. No one pulls off a baby bump like Rihanna.
I
you know what I'm saying?
completely-
That's the shit where I'm like, what am I doing here?
I'm
I get
100%
stuck.
with you.
Yeah.
When I see like
get stuck.
people I grew up with posting engagement photo shoots like holding bellies, I'm like, what the fuck?
You said you were saying it right.
Yeah.
It just there's like
You look like an
cheese.
alien. It's
Look
like,
like an
There's a cheese element to it as well, and it's like, oh, congratulations! Literally, everyone gets pregnant. Like, I'm not impressed. Rihanna, though, when Rihanna comes, it's literally catwalking in the streets
Yeah.
of rainy New York. Pull up, Pabs, will you please pull up the photo of Rihanna pregnant in New York? It was 2 days ago. I've never seen anything like it. I'm like, she could be. She's on the runway. You know, it's insane.
And so it's not sexist. I feel the same way
There
about
is.
engagement photo shoots.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing?
It's
Just,
it's all about
wedding's one thing, but
We need the full photo.
Yeah, sermon looks though.
It's not
But
enough.
I
We need the
remember,
full
I
photo.
remember catching
Yeah.
a lot of heat when I went on when we were on Comedy Central. We were doing the rundown.
good one, but
and
there's a better
Beyonce
one.
had just posted
Yes.
her ridiculous. She had like the sun goddess.
Yes,
like
it was a
holding the
specific.
belly.
She's got flowers around her. It was literally like I am Mother Earth, and that way I'm like, you're so over the top that I love it. You know what I mean? Like
but
you're pulling it off.
At that point, I was like, I remember Caitlyn was pregnant, so I was like, oh, you're horrible, because
yeah.
I was like, pregnant. Nobody's hot when they're pregnant. Nobody wants to see this. And I had just had the conversation with Caitlyn. She was
Yes.
like, "This is like,
All of my friends, by the
She was
way.
pregnant. She was like, "I don't want to like.
Yes.
Who wants to see this? I don't want to look like this. Like this sucks. We're trying to say we're glowing and all that,
Yeah.
but like it fucking sucks."
Every single
And
one of my friends has first of all, don't like baby bump pictures. None of them really did it, and they all say like, I just couldn't wait to like, you know,
be done.
Be done with it. Like,
Yeah,
it's great. It's beautiful.
yeah,
It's a miracle
you
of
make
life.
the best of it, sure, but you don't. It's not
I've
ideal.
looked hotter. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, that's
right. That's what I mean.
in my
It's
life. Like that's just a thing.
Yeah, that.
And it's like if it's somebody from high school, like I had like one person who was pregnant,
Yeah.
she posted like maternity photos, and I was
Yeah.
like, it's too much. Like you're posting your naked body.
It's yeah.
It's
I'm
just,
like
it's entirely
it's-
too much. I should be.
You
like
have-
this.
love-
Love your confidence. Love your confidence.
There's
Good for
one.
you, but enough. You know, it's just like,
that's young.
or at least do a gimmick. I know that is young.
She's like 28.
Shut
Oh
up.
no, that's not. I was like, were you trying to get me to be like, oh, sorry, bitch, that's not young. No, it's not. By the way.
I just tack a year onto Jackie's age every time
Yeah,
I
I was
talk
like,
about it.
you're not
Jackie's
that
like
old.
22.
Okay. In my head, I was like, did I miss a step? Like, what happened? I'm about to start treating you differently.
My maturity is, that much one
Is right around 28.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
anything,
yeah.
you're going the other way, bitch.
yeah. For sure.
Do you think that
Anyway.
if as we get more and more into this like digital virtual reality world,
Mm-hmm.
that like if you ever see the movie Ready Player One?
Yes, a
You
long
kind
time
of just
ago.
like
I know that.
live in this digital world.
Yeah.
If that ever becomes like a somewhat regular thing, you think people will just get like fat and gross? It's like I'm not gonna do a facelift.
Well,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna.
of,
I'm gonna eat my cheese fries, but here's
For sure. I think of
Wally.
Wally all the time. Like all I think about are the Wally people, where they're on the conveyor belts with their big fat bodies and sitting there drinking their big gulps and with the screen. It's disgusting. Like I.
But then
am
in the
truly
digital world,
disgusted.
they're like, whatever,
Well, I
right?
worry about that with I worry about everybody's brains getting soft with Chat GPT. I'm pretty anti Chat GPT, and I was talking to your brother about it the other day.
Yo.
He's not anti, and he
Bro,
was like
it's-
really trying to like.
It's great
stick
for work,
up for
but
it,
it
and I
is
was like,
probably
no.
bad for your brain.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know what?
Like,
It's the ultimate. Like when I get in a car, I put everything in GPS. It's like I don't know how to go anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
See, like,
because of
I-
that. And the Chat
I
GPT
know
is
how to
going to
get
do that for
everywhere.
everything.
I don't use GPS ever. I'm
Really?
dead serious. Yeah, I don't. I unless I like
You're like
really
my
don't know where
goddamn
I'm
dad.
going.
My dad will be like, "No, we're not doing that." I'm
Well,
like,
that's how my dad is.
a computer telling you, dude.
That's how my dad is, and he was like, "You
That
got to know
sit
where
in
you're fucking
traffic.
going." And I
It's
was
good
like,
to know,
"You're right."
but it's also crazy to just disregard what the fucking
yeah.
computer's
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
Listen, I still use GPS. I'm acting hard, but I do use GPS, but not. Not for if I know like where I'm going. Like if I know I'm going to the East Village, I don't need directions to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
get on the subway. I know which trains to take. Like that's.
I mean, if Chat GPT came, if we were still blogging right now, I would probably just use it to write blogs. Once I've established that, like I know how to do
somebody got
this,
caught.
you know what I mean?
See,
Yeah, Nikki.
Nikki. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was.
But like,
we, like
to
made
me,
that out
it's
loud.
like if you never were able to do it. To me, it's like we wrote 50,000 blogs.
Mm-hmm.
If my next 50,000 are natural versus PEDs, I don't really fucking care.
See, I'm the exact opposite. Where it's just like I know how to do it. Why do I have to have someone do it for me?
Yeah, I feel
if
that
I
way,
don't,
too.
if I didn't know
Sure.
how to write,
But okay,
And-
but
'cause
if
then-
I told you you could churn out, 10x the amount, and we're gonna make 10x the money, would you do it?
I think it would be too time consuming because I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah,
So
that's how I
I'd
feel.
still read it. Then I'd go edit what I didn't like, and then it would just
You're at
make
that point, you're pretty
it
good at writing a
makes
blog.
my process more confusing.
Yeah.
Where I'm
Yeah.
like, because I'm not going to post it without reading it,
Yeah.
and then when I read it, there are going to be things I don't like, and I'm like, why don't I just fucking write this?
Yeah, I completely agree.
But let's say it gets to a point where like you run a like I cloned my voice the other day. I spoke for like 3 straight hours, so theoretically has enough.
You really did this?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it's not good enough yet. But like,
wow, though.
But
what
like,
are you
if
doing this for?
I haven't used it yet, but if it gets to the point where it's natural enough, and I could just like write scripts and have them record and like,
shit, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be video, it would be audio
For sure, yeah.
But
it's kind of
I don't
crazy.
know.
It's
You
crazy
know, like,
that it exists. So kind of in the same vein of that, the churn out 10 instead of 1, make more money, whatever. Then I feel like you fall into what's happening online right now, where like we don't need as many different articles from different publications about the same thing. And I think that I see it so much because it's Taylor Swift specific. If I'm thinking about it, it'll be like Travis Kelce unfollowed Ryan Reynolds. And it's like, we don't even know if that's true or not, but I have seen 25 different articles about it. And in my head, I'm like, well, those are all Chat GPT. Like they just want the clicks, they want whatever.
Totally.
There's nothing behind it. So then meanwhile, I wrote for the first time all month, I wrote the recap blog for the Met Gala of what everybody was wearing. I was literally up till 5 a.m. Like I was working
Grinding
my
it
ass
out.
off on that
Yeah.
blog for the first time in a while. Like I really haven't done a blog like that in a long time.
This is my
Chat
thing.
GPT could never though. Like they could never do that.
But you also reach a point where it's like, unfortunately, the dude who fucking posted, a picture of tits and ass
Well,
probably got as
don't get
many
me started
clicks.
on
You know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So like I remember running into that like in the beginning. This is why I said if I've already established that I like did it, at some point it's like work smarter, not harder. If you never had the goods, you were never funny, never a good writer, people couldn't come to you and read you. But once I've established that I can do that, and I did do that, and now here's a way to like up your output, make more money, be more successful. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm just trying to get to the finish line,
I see the appeal. Maybe I just have a little more integrity.
You do.
For real, though.
It's more integrity. But at some point...
I think I have a control issue. It's not integrity more so. It's more than a control issue.
I'm not going to post something that I didn't write.
Same. And I don't. And then what if people... Here's 2 options. If people hate it, I'll be like, well, ChatGPT wrote that. And then if people like it, I'll be like,
I didn't
fuck.
write it. But my point being that, to go back to what I said about cloning my voice, is like, you wrote so many blogs. If it gets to the point where it's like, it nails your voice, your take, your vocabulary, all of that. In a weird way, I think it's like you earned that. You wrote so many blogs that were good, that people did like, that had its own style, that this computer could be like, use these words, use this tone, blah, blah, blah. And if in the output, you click output and it is perfect, why not?
Well, Kevin, enough people think that. For it to be the phenomenon that it is, I think ChatGPT is going nowhere. I think it's only going to get bigger and more terrifying for someone like me. I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of AI.
I'm not afraid of it. It's I always just liken it to every other piece of technology that's ever existed that people are scared of. And it doesn't because it just kind of becomes part of your life.
I've been scared of technology before now, though. Like I've always been true.
Like there's been people scared of phones and people scared of TVs and people scared of movies and people scared of cars and like
it's just like.
By the way, I think what they're scared of is true.
For sure. I don't like that this can impersonate people. Like I just and really though, what I'm afraid of is like people not being able to think for themselves anymore. Like I really think that that's true. Like we watched. I mean, not to bring up that anti-Semitic fucking freak talking to Dave and trying to make money off of what's anti-Semitism. He did some kind of script, whatever. Like clearly he has nothing in his brain. Like that guy was reading off the script. That he made?
Yeah,
the video he made.
By the way, that dude can't read.
He can't read.
That guy needs to go learn how to read. Hooked on phonics.
He doesn't know what he's saying. The words he was using, like I've used this example before Chat GPT existed, that sometimes you can tell when someone used the right-click thesaurus function, where they don't actually know the words, but they were like, I need a better word here. What should I use?
You can't pronounce it. You stumble over it.
Say someone like, no offense, Nikki Smokes, we're talking about him already. I wouldn't expect him to have some scholarly blog. So if he suddenly did, I'd be like, what's your deal? And I think that's what happened. But for this guy, I'm not saying that he is the example of like the people, but there is certainly a group of people, there's certainly a wave of people who are just easily handing their brain over to Chat GPT or whatever you use, and they have no problem with it. And I'm like, but it's kind of a pivotal point in your life. Like,
your brain.
I'll hand my brain over when I'm 50 or 60. When I'm like, all right, I'm done thinking. I've been thinking my whole life, so I'm all set. But I think like ultimately, when you're 20 years old and you're in college, you shouldn't be substituting actual work for let's just make it easy because why not? This is the way of the world. It's like you gotta learn the fundamentals first, right? Am I crazy for?
No,
is this a crazy
no,
rant?
but
Do I
also
sound
it's like
yell at the
it's
cloud
just
because I worry
probably
about
not gonna
It's not gonna
like
happen.
if it
So-
is a tool that I almost feel like it's like a calculator. Like when people
That's
are like,
what people
I'm never
are
gonna not have a
for
calculator.
sure.
It's like,
And Jackie,
it's
I
the
can't do
extreme
math
version
to
of
save my
that.
fucking life, and because
Yeah.
I never learned. I never had to do fast math. I always had a calculator.
But
and
I'm
I
sure
have
there's
to count
people.
on my fingers.
I'm sure there's people who were like, you're using computers rather than like learning how to work the land or work in like a
Yeah,
trade.
yeah, true,
And
true.
and we're like, I don't fucking need that.
Yeah, I
so,
guess, yeah.
But this is kind of an extreme version where it's like, where does it end? Where it's like, okay, now you don't have a functioning brain.
Okay, X-Chair. X-Chair provides next-level comfort and support that moves with you. It is dynamic. It's got variable lumbar support. It adjusts automatically to support your back. Flow infinite recline. That allows for smooth movements as you lean back. Look, here's the deal. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you probably didn't need an office chair. The way the world works now, we're all working from home. We're all working at home. We're all working 24/7. You need something comfortable to sit in when you're sitting at your laptop, sitting at your computer desk, working, earning money for a living. Spend a little of that on yourself. Enjoy work a little more. Get 10% off at xchair.com with code KFC10. That's KFC10 for 10% off at xchair.com.
Have you talked to like a 20-year-old recently?
No, thank God, no.
It's brain rot. Like it's TikTok speak. And even some of my friends, like I was with some of my friends over the weekend who are like married with kids, whatever, but they're very much on TikTok. They'd be like, "Oh my God, did you see blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's from TikTok." What do you mean you don't know?
Yeah.
I'm like, am I somehow the least online of my friends suddenly?
But here, like, there's the same thing. Like, yeah, it's the younger generation. The older generation thought we were dumb because of new stuff we did.
Yeah.
We're going to think the next generation's dumb because of different stuff they did from us. It's
Sure.
just life.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
picking.
it's just
I
me,
now
like,
know
hanging on for dear life. Like I'm worried about.
the.
But I don't want to be out of touch. You know what I mean? Like I want to know what's
Oh,
happening.
you're out of touch.
Definitely out of touch. But
I'm
like,
now getting back in touch because I now
Right.
have the slang from my kids.
True.
So like, if you're like 15, you're old. You're
For
out.
sure,
Because I
for
know what
sure.
the Keegan the other day. Keegan
What are
is
they?
saying buns.
B?
It's so fucking funny. He'd be like, "This is buns, dude." Like you're we're playing a game. Like I throw
What's
an
that even
interception. He's
mean?
like, "You're buns. Like your ass.
suck.
Like you stink. Your butt."
oh
You're
my God,
buns.
that's hilarious.
And so the other day he says to me like, he said like, Charlie did this and that was totally buns, but mine I was so
I like that a lot.
I was so OP. I was like, you're OP and he's buns, and he was like totally, and I was like, this is
What's
a wa-
OP?
I think it like
original?
like yeah, like in Reddit when you say OP is like the original
Original
poster.
poster.
I see,
It's
I
kind of
see.
like if you're OP.
Overpower.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Oh, I thought it was more like
I would have guessed that.
I'm the one. I'm the
Maybe
original.
it kind of does. It still make sense in context as long as we know the context.
Like, if
you know what I
have
mean?
like a gun that's like this is what I think.
Oh,
if you have a
'cause-
gun that's like too powerful, like that's OP. You can't use that.
almost like OD, OP. It's so funny
he's
when
saying
they
like,
start talking.
so Keegan came to you and said, Charlie was really bad at it, and I was really good, but I had an unfair advantage because I was older.
I guess
That's
so.
essentially what he said to you. But he
Yeah.
said, "Yo, he's buns, and I'm OP."
He's so buns. Like
I saw his
I'm dying.
his baseball career is popping off. What an
yeah.
athlete, huh?
Dude,
Keegan?
totally. Both of them. They're
It's
great.
crazy. Shay too. Shay too.
Shay's thing is, wait, actually, no. Over
I say that
and
every day.
over and over again. Actually, no. Actually, no.
Wait till she gets into
Actually, no.
literally.
Actually, no.
Introduce literally.
Yeah,
while you're at
literally
it.
and actually. It is very, very funny.
I keep
So-
saying like that. Not me. Blah blah blah.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah,
Not me
Like-
doing this.
Yeah, not me
Yeah,
doing
that
this.
one. I almost think
Not
that,
me in my
like,
maroon pants.
It's fine, like
it's like, what?
but like
Bitch.
yeah.
Use
I
your
think
brain.
that's old. Like I don't
It's
think my
definitely
kids
old.
are saying that.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, that to me,
Generation
if
Alpha
I
or
said that
whatever
right
is
now,
like,
if I said that on Taylor Watch, they'd be like, ugh,
Yeah.
boomer, like
Yeah.
old as fuck,
Yeah.
trying to be young. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy, you know?
yeah, that shit is buns.
Shit goes crazy. I don't even bother with the, oh yeah, look at this.
OP.
Original poster though. They both make sense.
Yeah, that's OP, bro.
Yo, that's so OP.
Buns is an older one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Buns,
Is it?
like, I feel
Yeah.
like Buns I've heard.
I think a lot of this
Buns
shit
I
gets
like.
like cyclical
Yeah.
too. You
Buns
know?
I like.
But
I might
having
start saying
a little 8-year-old boy saying buns is very funny.
An 8-year-old boy says it with a Z for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Definitely.
He also is doing this thing. I think this one he made up himself. He's saying bouge. He'll be like, "I'm
Bouge.
bouge. I'm bouge."
like bougie.
I don't
Keegan
know.
the
He,
sickest person ever.
yeah.
super
I don't
fly.
Dude, like what a
He's
cool bro.
super
Yeah.
fly. I think he's saying it like I'm good, like I'm bouge, I'm bouge.
that's
So
where
and
is
then
he
he'll be like,
getting
"That's not
this
bouge.
from?"
That's not bouge." And then
That's
and then
hilarious.
sometimes he will say stuff that literally makes no sense. I think it's whatever's on his brain. So
Yeah.
he's playing video games. First of all, he stands up in front of the TV. I think he used to get glasses because he's standing in front of the TV.
For
and
sure.
And he like literally he'll kick and jump while he's playing, and he'll just be like, the other day he was like, Charlotte's Web, bro, Charlotte's Web. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, I don't know, man, Charlotte's Web. I think he's reading the book Charlotte's Web at school, and it's just on his brain. So he's like, yo, you're buns. I'm OP. Charlotte's Web. Kicking his foot off.
Crazy.
I'm like, I don't know.
But that's
what
also
this
very
is.
funny.
But yeah, you're bouge, bro. You're
Yeah,
bouge.
you gotta get him glasses. It sounds like.
I do. I think so.
That's
I think so.
hilarious.
He's like, I just can't like see. It's like,
Okay.
oh, all right.
That's a bummer. That'll happen.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it is.
That'd be funny to raise a kid
Sometimes.
and pretend doctors don't exist.
Yeah, right. Be like,
Figure it out
yeah, well,
yourself.
whoops.
That's a
No,
bummer.
but you know what?
Sad
You
for you.
realize
Figure it
you
out.
you have to teach these little fuckers like literally everything. Like the other day,
Oh, it's so
Keegan
much.
stunk. He
Yeah.
stunk. I was like, you stink like a man. And I was like, does he need deodorant already? Like, I feel like pretty early for this. And then I was like, hey, bud, you like your armpits stink. You gotta wash them. And I was like, do you wash your armpits? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, when you're in there, do you like
no.
lift your arm up and like wash them? And he was
Sure.
like, yeah.
Liar.
No, you don't. So yeah, he was in the
You will
shower,
now.
like some water and soap was getting in there, but he was not like rubbing. I was like, oh,
Sure.
I guess I did a bad job. I got to teach you how to do this shit.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
There's just a lot of stuff, a lot of
stinks.
things to think about.
Oh,
Too
it's
much,
all,
in my
it's
opinion.
too much. It's too much. Having a whole other human to like teach to live.
I'm hanging out with so many babies lately. Everyone
Yeah?
I know has kids. Yeah, everyone I know has kids.
Baby,
So it's
baby,
like
baby.
I'm hanging out with babies. But I'm the best aunt of all time. That is true. Everyone has always known that I was going
That
to be
is
the
a
best
fact.
aunt of all time. But taking care of babies for a short period of time is very easy for me.
Sure.
Like I have no problem.
That's the goal. Like the dream
People
is
think
that
I'm
you
like
give them
not
back.
maternal because I don't want kids. I'm very maternal. Like it's very easy for me to like hang out with kids, but at the same time, like I love giving them back. You know,
Yeah,
I like to be able to go home.
I'm very maternal or paternal, whatever you want to say, from noon to 5.
Yeah,
You have kids in the morning and the night.
yeah, for sure.
My mom had a magnet on our refrigerator that said, if the kids are alive at 5, my job's done.
There we go. There we go.
Do you remember the
I love
fact that the television used to say it's 10 p.m.? Do
Yeah.
you know where your kids are?
Do you know
Implying
where
that
your
enough people
children
would be
are?
like,
So nuts.
10 p.m. Where are the kids?
And I was not
Different
home,
time,
by the
man.
way. I was
Yeah.
outside. I was in the grass in the woods. Like nobody was paying attention to what I was up to.
Fucking bonkers,
Crazy.
man. Yeah, they're fun. It's like having a dog too. It's like you want to play with the dog.
sure.
You want to go on a boat. You want to swim in a pool. You want to play with the dog. You want to play with the baby, and you don't want to own any of those fucking
Yeah,
things.
exactly.
Give them back.
And so I'm living that life.
Yeah.
Right now. I've got a little in every cup. You know.
yeah.
Which is great. So. Yeah.
And are you like the cool aunt that's like you can come talk to me about shit or
Well, they're
or
all
there
a
baby
little too
babies?
young for
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
I've made it clear that yes, I will be the aunt. Have you ever seen the show? It's got Katherine Heigl and they're like best friends. It's like Fireflies.
Oh, is it new?
No, it's
No,
older.
it's
a
when
little
it's when
older.
she's like becoming a
She's
single
famous
mom.
and
Oh no,
and
okay, I'm
her
thinking something
best
else.
friend is a kid.
Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of something totally different. Sorry.
It was based on a book. I want to say it's like Fireflies or something. My friends say that's like me. Like Katherine Heigl shows up and she like gave the daughter birth control when she like wasn't supposed to. Like shit like that. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not that stupid. But that's the vibe I'm going for. It's
It is
like,
crazy how much
tell me
you
sure
have
you
to,
can tell
like-
your mom, but I am definitely going to tell your mom on the low. You know?
I reiterate to my kids all the time that I'm like, I keep saying it because I realize it's really not getting through. I'm like, you can talk to me about anything. Because like
Yeah.
the other day, Shay was absolutely had been crying. I could see
Aw.
in her eyes, and I like knocked on her door and she didn't answer. And then when I did answer, she was in her closet like doing something. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What's going on? She turned around, she's all red, and I was
Aw.
like, what's wrong? And she was like, nothing. And I was like, you're visibly crying. Like, what's
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah, don't
You
lie.
can tell me. You can talk to me. Doesn't tell me. I go downstairs and her nanny told me that like they had a little fight about like she wasn't wearing her seatbelt or something like that.
Sure.
And I was like, shit, she doesn't feel like she can tell me. And so I mean, like every day I'm in the car, just out of nowhere, I'll be like, you guys can tell me about any. I won't get mad.
Yeah.
I don't care if you did something wrong. If you're in trouble, like we'll figure it out. I'm here to help. You got to just keep saying that shit because I was like, oh, this is how you end up, like
sure.
me,
Yeah.
like our generation or like my family, where it's like I'm not talking about shit. you
Yeah,
know?
I don't. My parents know nothing about my life. Like,
Right.
absolutely
And I'm like,
nothing.
I don't
Yeah.
want. It's not good. There are definitely times where I'm like, I wish I had talked more and like, and leaned on them more or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh fuck, you have to like. It's just, I guess it's just natural to be like, I'm not doing
As
it.
For
a
sure.
kid, I
Also
was
for a
very
girl,
much
I don't
like-
like call my dad.
Didn't
you
say
know?
anything?
I didn't tell. I mean, I still don't really tell people things, but I am very much you. Where I'm like, just tell. Like, if it happened, just tell me, and
Right.
we'll fucking figure it out.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like,
I can't. We can't fix
don't-
what
I'm like
I
that.
don't
I'm like
care.
that in life, in my adult life for sure. But yeah, to be fair, and I think that that's like a disadvantage for you. Like I would probably, if I had something going on, would talk to my mom rather than my dad, not because like, not because I don't trust him, but just
Nah,
because
it's just
like
a guy-girl
it's like
thing,
girly
like,
issues, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
But it is hard to believe that you can like, I'll talk to my parents and they're
They're
not going to give me
gonna
some
care,
kind of what if they're gonna
I mean,
what if
I
they freak
can't
out?
tell
What if
you
this
how
is the
little I
one
will
that's
care.
bad?
It's like I got caught
For
cheating
sure.
on a test. I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Did you get a good grade? You got caught? Like,
Hey,
what's the
use
deal?
Chat GPT? I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
With kids, I see it being easier because like you kind of get it. I exclusively deal with adults.
Yeah.
And it's like, just tell me.
Right.
Just tell me.
exactly.
Right.
I hate when adults won't speak. When the adults won't get shit done.
I know,
like,
but
I don't understand.
I'm so do as I
long
say, not as I
fight.
do, because I don't say shit. either.
True. I am not. No, maybe because I'm not anti-confrontational, but I feel like you kind of are. But you also would rather, instead of a confrontation, you'd rather just be like, let's have a conversation, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not
yeah.
anti-confrontational, but I can tell something's happened.
Sure.
Something's different. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, just talk, like,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to live like this forever.
Yeah,
so,
this is the-
Yeah,
well,
when-
silent treatment. Nothing's worse than like silent
If you can
treatment
hide
house.
it well, you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once it's like, this silent treatment or something's going on, it's like, let's get this out of the
Yeah.
way.
Worse.
But it also depends. Like with a guy, I'll be like, what the fuck's up? With a girl, it's like, I don't want to hurt feelings. I don't want to be in a fight. I
For
don't
sure.
know. With a girl, it's totally different. But I will absolutely knowingly shoot myself in the foot 100 times out of 100 rather than like pull the Band-Aid off and tell you something that's going to upset you or whatever.
I see
You know
what
what I
you
mean?
mean.
I do it like I still do it all the time. If I find out I got to do a work trip and I'm supposed to do something with like the kids or the family that same weekend, and I know 6 months in advance, I should tell you right now. There's
Yes.
a conflict. I will tell you 6 days before, and because in my
That's
mind I'm
tough.
like,
because you don't want to hear about it for 6 months.
when I tell you we are going to fight, there is going to be drama. This is gonna suck. And what if like a meteor hits tomorrow? Like, and I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah.
So I ride it till the very end, and then I shoot myself in the foot inevitably every time, and it's childish and immature and counterproductive, and I will still do it until I'm dead.
Listen, you're a creature of habit,
Yeah.
and no one
There's
can
just
no one can fail you
stopping
for that,
it. I
okay?
know.
Or fault you for that. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You call me up next time you need to issue a bitch out or something. Like, I'm so ready to do it. I love to air shit out where it's like, oh, it's time. Like, let's just. Once you get into something like that, though, then I think that's when I really come alive.
That's when you
where I'm
thrive.
confident.
Yeah, a little bit. Like if I'm upset, oh, forget it. If I'm upset about something and I'm ready to bring it up, you better sit down. Like sit down, get a glass of water. Like we're gonna be here. We're gonna unpack this whole thing. If it's thrust upon me, I don't love it so much, but I'm still ready.
That's my second
That's
favorite
my
way for
second
it.
favorite way. But I'm still ready. I'm still like, okay, we're doing this. I will pack in and we're gonna do this. And
Well, you know
we're
what
not
I
gonna
really
leave this
do
spot
believe in?
till it's resolved.
I think it literally takes 10 seconds.
Yeah, it always is so quick.
if
Like,
you're like-
it feels like an hour. It feels like it's gonna take days, but really, it's.
But
it's
it's
one
also
conversation.
I like wholeheartedly subscribe to the idea of your expectation and dread is way worse than the actual outcome.
Absolutely, always.
Every time you have like something big, it's like it might suck, but just sitting there dreading it every day and night is worse. So it's like that threat of that looming feeling is worse than anything. So just pull the Band-Aid off.
No,
Yeah.
but sometimes like I'm in a fight with someone and I'm like, this is hell. This is hell.
Oh,
I
of
agree.
course.
And this is like,
Well,
I
it's
wish
like,
this
this needs to end. I'm a very big proponent of like enough. Like this is enough fighting. Like if we're fighting for a long time, I'm like nothing is happening here.
We're just
Let's
going
pick it
in
up
circles.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like well, I'm still ready to go tomorrow. And then usually I'll show up ready to go again, and they're too tired. You got to wear people down. That's how
She
it
goes,
works. Got to wear people down. You got to do it.
well, that's
the only
how
way.
girls win every argument.
Of course.
Is guys going, this is
Because
logically
guys
and
don't care.
factually
Guys don't
incorrect,
care that much as you
but
do.
okay.
Yeah. They'll eventually bend the knee to a certain degree.
See, and what's sick is like girls want the knee to be bent. I don't want
Yeah, of
anyone to
course,
like bend
because
the knee
I would like
to
a
me.
little bit of validation. I would like to be told, okay, yes, girl, you're not crazy. This is a valid conversation that we're having, whether you really believe it or not. I would like to be told that sometimes.
But guess what? It never is. It
But isn't
is
it?
like never a valid conversation.
Sometimes it is.
Maybe like one out of 1,000.
Can you start believing women?
No, I'm done believing women.
Migraines, problems. What's your fucking deal? No, but it's true.
You mentioned that dude earlier. That Dave is from the Dave saga, which is a very serious topic,
Yeah,
and
it
I don't
is.
want to minimize it, but it's also just such a circus. It's unbelievable. I mean, this is one of my favorite iterations of Dave ever. The Auschwitz vacation Dave is like,
Why
it's
would the
just so
kids take
absurd.
it? If you
I
said
don't
fuck
know.
the Jews and someone calls
Yeah.
you up and is like, what do you think about trip to Auschwitz? It's like, whoa. I've been
Well,
thinking about it.
I think
The guilt. I
No, but
saw
I
that
mean,
and I
he-
said the guilt alone. Like, yes, maybe he is coming to a point where he's like, I fucked up. I've embarrassed myself and now it's amplified. Let me go make nice on this.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe I do want to better myself as a person.
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
It
Has nothing to
no.
do with bettering yourself.
That's what I thought.
That guy, I think
I
he-
thought
I-
maybe
no.
that eventually I thought this would be like a great story. I was like, wow, this is gonna be great.
Well, I think it could have been. He
All the
could have had
Holocaust
that.
deniers in the replies would have been eating shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I think
Twitter's
he was
nuts
outed
for-
by that point, right? But I think he would have
Yes.
been like, if you don't say yes to this, I'm going to drag you. Probably what's going to happen now. But
Everybody
like,
knew who he was before Dave even got involved. Like, because it was
Yeah.
his Instagram, his photo going around, him. I think he was like in the video for a sec. Like, he was very much involved.
there was another.
The other guy,
Snapchat I
he
saw that said,
tagged
like,
a guy like in
Mike
in
Wade,
his
right?
thing, yeah, Mike, whoever, who wasn't there, wasn't involved, just happens to be like friendly with this guy.
Which that sucks.
That sucks
Hey
so
man,
bad.
don't tag me
And
in
that
your
guy's
wildly
like
anti-Semitic
that guy,
shit.
I looked. Obviously, I looked all these people up because I was like, I fucking hate these people. But that guy who actually wasn't there or anything, he's like a Jersey Shore guy, and I just can't imagine what the summer's gonna be like for him. Like, he's, I like feel bad for that kid. Although if he's friends with this other douchebag, I'm sure he's
Yeah.
not so
I kind
great.
of feel like it's like he was tagged for a reason. Though,
Exactly,
at the end of the day. Like,
right.
it wasn't just.
But you're
like-
right. The other
like,
that
we're the fuck the
kid-
Jews boys.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That other kid. The other kid that is now Mo. His name is Mo. He also had posted a separate like Snapchat story being like
Throw a quarter on the
throw a
ground,
quarter on the
find a Jew,
ground,
whatever.
find the
Yeah.
Jews or whatever,
Yeah, what
which
does
is
that mean?
crazy.
Like,
They're
don't
cheap.
change. They
Calling-
run.
Oh.
Because they're cheap.
I
Yeah.
love that you don't know. Like that gives
Pure
me
of
faith.
heart and
Yeah,
mind. Yeah.
that gives me faith. 'Cause
But-
I really
but
thought
you know
that
what's
was
really-
the one
what
thing.
doesn't
Like,
give me
we
faith?
don't fuck with this, and now all of a sudden everybody fucks with this.
No, but the
Makes
problem
sense.
is like.
Well, then we have no idea where it came from, though. So I don't know
idea
where
where it
all
just
this
don't
fucking
get
hate
it.
speech came from. But
Well, I know.
was
But
crazy.
it really is. It's
That's where
like
it gets a little tough to.
Twitter has become, because it's not like this on Instagram, it's not like this on TikTok. It is a Twitter specific, like the like anti-Semitism and the Holocaust denying. That's
Yeah.
where I'm like, a lot of people believe this, or do they? Is it bots? I don't know what the world is. I'm afraid.
All I know
I'm
though
afraid.
is when this shit happens, like, I mean, I it's not good, but that guy has plenty of people on his side.
Yeah, he does.
It's
He has,
like
like, 10
Morgan
grand in
Wallen
his
going to
fucking
number
thing.
one after he drops the N bomb.
Well-
Like, you get people that support you.
Yeah.
Did you
almost
see the
no matter
woman
what.
For the wrong reason.
That
what's
guy
that
gave him
chick's
100
name?
grand, right?
No, there's a woman who just called a 5-year-old black kid the N-word.
Got 600 grand, right?
$600,000.
In
People
GoFundMe.
raised for her
Yeah.
for freedom of speech.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, right. And
I don't know where it came from. I don't know where all the hate came from. But
I don't know who gave the okay
I
for all
don't
this
know where
free
the
speech.
fuck this all stuff came from.
I don't know where we're at here.
It's been like 2 years, I think.
Did
I don't know
anyone
where-
co-sign this? Did anybody encourage this
It's been like,
behavior at
it's
all?
been like 142 days. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I feel like once the fucking presidential election
Yeah.
started, I feel like this.
I'm thinking like November 2020. It's out of
But
control.
like
I gotta
that-
hang out in
I
here.
said election.
I gotta hang out in
that
here.
other guy,
out there, it's too much. I get too many fights everywhere else. I gotta hang
Did
out
you
in
see
here.
the that show he was on, that Stu Peters show?
No.
Oh,
So
of
I think
the-
he's like an Alex Jones, like some
He
radio
is,
show
yeah.
type.
But he's
And
like
he gave
an
him 100 grand.
extremist.
And then
He gave him 100 grand.
I think so, because
up.
based on this clip,
Who gave us some? What,
But didn't he also
this
say,
guy Stu
I hate
Peters,
Jews and I
I think
also hate
gave
Muslims,
Mo
by the
Khan,
way?
yes.
Yeah.
So and then the guy.
guy.
So here it is.
So, do you think that now is the time for humanity to join forces and become tribal against Jewish supremacy?
Absolutely. A few moments later.
Super chat real quick. Stu, I hope you see this. I can't believe you're giving $100,000 to a brown Muslim. Shame on you. You could have given that to a white community in some way. Pathetic. All right.
What the fuck?
I mean, it's fair. I understand what you're saying.
So he gives him 100 grand, finds out he's Muslim, and then is like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't have done this."
I fucked up.
But the fact,
Is he getting $100,000 in real money or whatever the fuck he keeps tweeting out that like the fake number? You know what I mean? Like, have you seen that number? It's I don't know. It's some kind of Bitcoin, some kind of something that he keeps tweeting about, being like, put it here, and I don't know what that is.
I'm sure he's just trying to get money. He's a grifter.
Okay, it's just I don't even know really what to say about it. It's horrifying. It's like disheartening. It's crazy. I think that he should be mortified. I think that he's now believing that he can build this community online that will stand behind him. But in the real world, in real life, he said that he's suspended from school. He got dropped from his internship. People are looking at him different. People are treating him different, as they fucking should. And that makes me feel a little bit better because I'm like,
in the real world, there's consequences.
You go ahead. You put on your Ready Player One thing and you live on Twitter.
That's really what it comes down to. Yeah.
Fine. Be your disgusting, like, bigoted self over there.
I was going to say that earlier with you guys all talking about, like, being more in the internet.
Yeah.
Less. None of this is happening.
Completely.
You can get off the internet.
Like,
Absolutely.
Like everyone I've met, everyone I talked to, very fucking polite and fun and cool and awesome. And I was like,
the World Wide Web.
It's all from like not being on Twitter so much. You're like, I don't understand what everyone's mad about all the time. Everyone's having a good time.
It's so bad.
Everyone I cross
follow
paths
us, subscribe, like, share.
Yeah. Right, for sure. But I guess, I don't know, it's just become such a different place. And I know that you guys have been hearing me on the soapbox for a while now about Twitter specifically, but I saw this turn. Like, I saw it happen in real time when it, like, happened to me, but then I also saw it happening to other people at the same time, where it's like...
How many years ago did you say that happened?
I would say it was exactly 522 days.
It was about a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 522 days. No, but I'm serious. I think there's definitely a level of paranoia within me. There's definitely that level of, like, looking for validation that I'm seeking this stuff out to prove my point. Like, there's definitely that. But to be able to find it so easily and to see it so easily is kind of crazy. And so you think about the kids that are 20 years old, 25 years old, whatever they are, who don't have a fully developed brain yet. They haven't gone through life yet. Yeah, they've gone to school. They've been pampered by their parents, whatever. And then they come out and they talk like that and they act like that, and no one has told them, hey, this is wrong, or hey, this isn't the way we do this. And then they're stuck that way, and they're getting their own validation from all these whoever the fuck is online right now. I just don't even know who it is. It's weird to think about.
That's Buns. Be more OP. Thank you, Kel. We love you, babe.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.